It is 10:40 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It is the 9th day of July 2025. This is episode 11D30 of Bitcoin, and we've got quite a few things to cover today. Bow Valley Credit Union is in the news, as is the IMF and their supposed feud with Pakistan. That's actually one of the larger stories today, but not as large as Grok hallucinating about fascist meme coins, which caused the departure of one of X's major executives. We'll get into all of that. Unchained is in the news. They are unchained. And we've got some hackers going on. We got New Zealand deciding to shoot themselves in the head about Bitcoin. And we've got a couple of other points that need to be made. Let's just start with Bow Valley. Bow Valley Credit Union in Canada turns on Bitcoin purchases for Albertans. So now you can buy Bitcoin directly from the credit union. And this is Bitcoin Magazine, Juan Galt. Bow Valley Credit Union has partnered with Balance and Bull Bitcoin to roll out Canada's first Bitcoin gateway, which is a service allowing credit union members to buy Bitcoin directly from their BVCU accounts. And starting today, members can buy Bitcoin directly from their account through their app, enabling a straightforward purchase of Bitcoin with Canadian dollars without needing deep technical knowledge and keeping full ownership title of the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin Gateway platform serves as a bridge between BVCU, Balance, and Bull Bitcoin, unlocking a secure and easy-to-use way to accumulate actual Bitcoin. Quote, unlike platforms offering crypto derivatives or pooled products, the Bitcoin purchased here is fully owned by the user, securely stored, insured, and never leveraged, the company's told Bitcoin Magazine. Balance, Canada's oldest Bitcoin custodian since 2017, handles custody, while Bull Bitcoin's API integration ensures competitive real-time pricing. This setup lets users sidestep complex trading platforms, making Bitcoin accessible to both newcomers and seasoned holders. Quote, this is an exciting partnership for Bull Bitcoin as it marks the first large-scale integration of the Bull Bitcoin API to facilitate the institutional adoption of Bitcoin, added Francis Pouliot, CEO of Bull Bitcoin, the company providing fiat and Bitcoin liquidity to the partnership. Founded in Montreal in 2013, Bull Bitcoin is one of the oldest Bitcoin exchanges in Canada, with a strong focus on user privacy and technological innovation. Serving Alberta since 1953, the Bow Valley Credit Union has built a reputation for member-focused banking that challenges traditional models. The Bitcoin Gateway reflects this ethos, offering a practical way for members to hedge against inflation or diversify their portfolios. For Bitcoin's growing community, this move signals mainstream traction and maturation as financial institutions begin integrating the asset into everyday banking. Members can sign up for the Bitcoin Gateway directly through their BVCU accounts, with early access available now. The service is simple, buying Bitcoin with a few clicks, and it could set a precedent for other credit unions in Canada, potentially accelerating Bitcoin adoption nationwide. While BVCU only serves Alberta residents today, George Bordenau, co-founder and CEO of Balance, told Bitcoin Magazine that, quote, eventually, we'll open this up more broadly to the Canadian public. Our goal at Balance is to give a wallet to every Canadian user with their name and title on it. As businesses and individuals increasingly view Bitcoin as a store of value, the credit union's initiative positions it as a forward-thinking player in Alberta's financial landscape. And I wonder, and I probably should have done this earlier, who their main service or who BVCU services mainly. And the reason I even ask that, let's see, customers, is because generally speaking, credit unions are linked directly to things like a teachers union or educational professionals, medical professionals. Like a credit union isn't just about it's kind of open to the public. I guess some of them are. I think most of them are actually not, that you only gain membership through a credit union. Like for instance, Texas Tech University Credit Union. I'm still a member, even though that I don't work at Texas Tech University any longer. But their federal credit union, once you become a member, you can always be a member, even if you no longer work at that institution. So this is kind of an important, let's see, Bow Valley. You know what? It's just not going to give me what I need to know. The question becomes, how big is the credit union? Does it have a huge customer base? Is it centered on a particular kind of employment, like medical professionals or educators or something like that? If it is, if like the Bow Valley Credit Union services like its educational professionals, that's all teachers, that's all all administration people from all the school systems that the credit union services, which would be kind of a big deal, man. I mean, honestly, that's kind of a big deal, but not as a big deal as this IMF Pakistan situation unfolding. Now, if you'll remember, and I brought this to you the last time on episode 1126, where Pakistan was told no by the International Monetary Fund about Bitcoin mining. Well, it appears that the IMF is softening their stance. I'm not exactly sure. Let's find out more here from Arab News. Headline is IMF Pakistan deny lender rejected crypto mining power subsidy plan. So let me rewrite that on the fly. That headline doesn't really mean a lot. International Monetary Fund and Pakistan deny that the IMF rejected Pakistan's crypto mining power subsidy plan. It looks to me like IMF is backtracking. So from Islamabad, Pakistan's Power Division and the International Monetary Fund both on Tuesday denied that the IMF had rejected the Pakistani government's plan to subsidize electricity for cryptocurrency mining and artificial intelligence data centers in the South Asian country. This development comes just days after reports suggested that the Power Division secretary had informed a Senate committee that the IMF had rejected Pakistan's proposal to offer subsidized tariffs for crypto mining and to certain industrial sectors, warning that such measures could further strain the already burdened power sector. Pakistan's finance ministry announced in May of this year that the government had allocated 2,000 megawatts of electricity in the first phase of a national initiative to power Bitcoin mining and AI data centers, aiming to transform the country into a global leader of digital innovation. Speaking to Arab News, Zafar Yab Khan, a spokesperson for the Power Division, clarified that Power Division Secretary Dr. Fakre Alam Irfan had not made any such comments about the global lender rejecting Pakistan's proposal. Quote, he categorically said that, quote, we are still in negotiations with the IMF and discussing with them the pros and cons of this initiative and hopefully reach a solution during these negotiations, Khan told Arab News. When asked if the International Monetary Fund had rejected the proposal, Mahir Binchi, the IMF resident representative in Pakistan, said that the two sides were still in talks and would remain engaged on the matter of providing surplus power for crypto mining and artificial intelligence sectors. Quote, IMF staff has held informational discussions at a technical level with the authorities to learn more about their plans related to developing their IT sector, Staff reiterated the importance of maintaining a level playing field for all private sector participants and will continue to engage with the authorities on this as appropriate as plans develop further. Khan, the power division spokesperson, said Pakistan had surplus electricity to power crypto mining. So there's a little bit more to this article, but we don't need it because what's going on here is it sounds to me like the IMF is saying, oh, no, we didn't say that. The IMF has been caught flat-footed by like 4 different countries so far. El Salvador and Bhutan are 2 of the countries of those 4 that I'm talking about right now. IMF basically said that if you do this, if you embrace Bitcoin in any way, shape, or form, it's going to destroy your economy. Both countries were told that by the IMF. The IMF basically made a big stink about all 4 countries involved in Bitcoin as to the weight that they are, and none of them have had anything but positive outcomes from dealing with and being embroiled in the Bitcoin economy. They've had nothing but good results. Their people are happier. Their crime is going down. You name it. Every since any one of these 4 particular countries have gotten into Bitcoin, it's been nothing but good news for them. And the IMF keeps saying it's going to be bad for you. And the IMF is continuously wrong. And now here we are with the IMF doing the exact same shit to Pakistan, except now it looks maybe like the IMF has learned a little bit of a lesson. I doubt it, but we can always hope. Moving on to Emirates Airline has signed a memorandum of understanding with Crypto.com to enable crypto payments. Amin Hakshanis has this one for Cointelegraph. Major international airline Emirates signed a memorandum of understanding with Crypto.com to integrate Crypto.com Pay into the airline's payment infrastructure with implementation expected next year. The signing ceremony, were there dancing girls? The signing ceremony took place in the presence of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, chairman and chief executive of Emirates Airline and Group, the airline announced on Wednesday. So, what? I mean, a prince is running this thing? I mean, what the hell, dude? The MOU was signed by Adnan Kazim, Emirates deputy president and chief commercial officer, and Muhammad Al Hakim, president of Crypto.com's UAE operations. Quote, this strategic move is in line with Dubai's vision to be at the forefront of financial innovation while at the same time providing our customers with greater flexibility and choice in how they transact with Emirates. Beyond payment integration, the 2 companies will now collaborate on promotional campaigns to raise awareness and drive user adoption once the service goes live. A Crypto.com spokesperson confirmed to Cointelegraph that the integration is set for the last quarter of this year. Quote, the initial phase will focus on technical readiness, compliance alignment, and customer experience mapping. Furthermore, Emirates and Crypto.com will determine whether the rollout will begin on select routes, regional markets, or through a global launch with pilot phases likely to precede wider implementations. The spokesperson also confirmed that crypto payments from customers will be converted instantly to fiat. Yeah, we expected that, using real-time exchange rates at the point of transaction. Quote, Emirates will not hold any cryptocurrency on its books. Settlements will occur in AED, local fiat, ensuring compliance and minimal FX exposure. Crypto.com also said that it continues to explore regional and international airline integrations as part of a broader travel and commerce strategy. Quote, the goal is to build a universal crypto travel layer, bringing seamless and secure and compliant payment experiences to travels across air, retail, and hospitality sectors. Just pausing to remind people that travel and hospitality, massive industries. Massive. You're talking about airlines, cruise ships, all hotels, Airbnb, Verbo, car rentals, you name it, man. This industry is nothing to sneeze at. And the integration comes amid Dubai's push to lead in crypto as the city seeks to establish itself as a primary hub for blockchain and digital assets. So there you go. Emirates, United Arab Emirates, just gonna integrate crypto. I know it's crypto. Yes, they'll be taking shit coins. I don't care. It's a step. It is. It's a step. We're never going to get rid of the shit coins. I know we wish we could get rid of them, but we're never going to be able to get rid of them. It doesn't mean embrace them. I would stay as far as humanly possible away from everything but Bitcoin, but we're not going to be able to get rid of this shit. It makes me feel dirty, which is why I need SoapMiner's handmade tallow soap to get me clean. And you too can get away clean with the Circle P, where I bring plebs with goods and services for sale to plebs just like you who might actually want to purchase said goods and services. Today's featured vendor in the Circle P is SoapMiner at SoapMiner.com. That's SoapMiner.com, where you can get handmade tallow soaps. In fact, you can get all kinds of soaps. And as soon as his shop opens up, I'll tell you about Earl Grey Tallow. That's one of his newest offerings. You can get goat's milk. You can get lemongrass. You can get orange and clove tallow soaps. My favorite right now, Redacted. I love this stuff. It's a bar of deep black soap. It's got activated charcoal. It's got pumice. You want to talk about cleaning the shit coin off the bottom of your feet? Oh yeah, baby, this one's going to do it. You can get rough cut tallow, which has all of 3 ingredients. It's got fat, water, and lye, and it's all beef tallow, 100% beef tallow soaps. All of his soaps has nothing in it but what you need to actually make soap. There's no parabens. There's no freaky chemistry that you can't pronounce. No. It's just stuff like tea tree oil in his tea tree bars and like water and lye and yeah. We're talking about some of the cleanest soap you're ever going to find, and they last fucking forever. I love this soap. I got a family of 4. It took me weeks to get through the first bar of rough cut tallow soap that SoapMiner was good enough to let me try out. Weeks. A family of 4. It was hand soap in the bathroom. You want to talk about soap that's going to be hit a lot? The bathroom hand soap, especially if you got 2 kids. Holy crap, man. The thing lasted forever. He's got pine tar. He's got cedarwood. He's got peppermint. He's got lavender. Everybody's got a lavender soap, though. You can't just not have a lavender soap. Make sure that you tell them that you heard about it here on the Circle P, and you can do that by using code Bitcoin and put that in the cart's coupon code, and you'll get 10% off of your total purchase. Bitcoin and is the coupon code. SoapMiner.com is where you need to go. Get away clean with SoapMiner soaps. From CoinDesk, moving on to this one, crypto traders mint millions of dollars from Grok glitching on MechaHitler. Jeez, I love this story. Shara Malwa is going to start us out on this first part of this journey into the stupid. What started as an apparent hallucinated response from X's artificial intelligence platform Grok quickly metamorphosed into a micro-cap meme coin frenzy. The X-based AI tool last week spat out the terms MechaHitler, Gigaputin, and Cyberstalin in the same breath in an apparent unprompted response to a user query, an erratic, racially charged response that went viral. MechaHitler. Jeez. All I can think about is Transformers. MechaHitler is a fictional cyborg version of Adolf Hitler from the 1992 game Wolfenstein 3D, which gained fame in the 90s satire and early internet memes. While most consider such terms to be dark, offensive, and completely unhinged, Some person took the misfire seriously enough to launch multiple tokens under the name. Over 200 separate Mecha Hitler tokens went live across Solana and shitcoin number one, among other networks, in the past 24 hours. And the largest one, which was launched on Solana-based Bonk.fun, hit a $2.2 million market cap in just 3 hours after launch, with early trading volume exceeding $1 million. At least one shitcoin number one based version zoomed to over 500,000 in market cap, and the various tokens followed classic meme coin playbooks: rapid launches, early whales, and volatile pumps, and then the subsequent dump. But unlike Doge or Pepe, this wave didn't emerge from a community or a subculture. It came from a chatbot meltdown. Grok clarified in follow-up posts that the apparent misfires wholly referenced the game character and not the infamous Austrian-born German politician. Nah, Mecha Hitler is pure satire, a jab at absurd AI doomsday memes, not admiration. Hitler's textbook monster, or is a textbook monster. His policies were laced with evil, even the good ones like anti-smoking. I roast history. Don't revere it. What's next? Cyber Stalin fan club? That was what Grok said. As for the tokens, short-lived or not, they underline a clear trend that in 2025, crypto doesn't need hype from influencers anymore. An AI hallucination could be enough. And that's why I'm bringing you this story. It's going to get bad. It's already bad. It's been bad. It's even been getting worse. But man, there's just no limit to the depth of stupidity and greed that is in this market. Do not be fooled. Watch out. You need to watch. This is why it's so easy for me to not get embroiled in any of this. And you know why? Because I only deal in Bitcoin. I have no other altcoins. I have no shit coins. I don't have meme tokens. I don't have anything like that. And it makes it so simple for me to focus on the only thing in this space that has any actual importance. Because this shit, it didn't just stop at these AI Mecha Hitler tokens. It was so bad that Linda Yaccarino has left Elon Musk's X following the Grok Mecha Hitler debacle. The CEO, if you didn't know who Linda Yaccarino was X's chief executive officer. That we had made a big deal about her being installed as chief executive officer. I think she was part of the Council of Foreign Relations and a member of the, I don't know, maybe the IMF. She's part of that gang. That's her. She lives there. She's freaking spook, man. I mean, what are you going to do? But she was this. And the thing about it is, Grok's been unhinged before. What changed? Well, maybe Logan Hitchcock from Decrypt.co will tell us more. Ex-CEO Linda Yaccarino is stepping down from her post one day, 24 hours after the platform's artificial intelligence chatbot Grok took on an anti-Semitic persona and started calling itself Mecha Hitler. Yaccarino served 2 years in the role after being hired by owner Elon Musk. Quote, when Elon Musk and I first spoke for his vision on X, I knew it would be the opportunity of a lifetime to carry out the extraordinary mission of this company, Yaccarino posted on X. Quote, I am immensely grateful to him for entrusting me with the responsibility of protecting free speech, bullshit, turning the company around, and transforming X into the everything app, end quote. Since joining X, Yaccarino said that she and her team focused on prioritizing user safety, restoring the confidence of advertisers, and making the platform the world's most powerful cultural signal. She said that the best is yet to come with XAI despite this week's headline-grabbing events. And here's her tweet. This is at 7:40 a.m., or at least to, well, whoever took this screen grab. 7:40 a.m., July the 9th, 2025. After 2 incredible years, I've decided to step down as CEO of X. And then she goes into the when Elon Musk and I first spoke for the vision of X shit. So after 2 incredible years, she steps down as CEO of X. I wonder where she's going to go. She was hired to focus on business as Musk handled the technology and product side, and X has evolved substantially in the 2 years since Yaccarino joined, and the brand went a total overhaul from Twitter to X, as we all see. But earlier this year, Musk folded X into XAI in an all-stock transaction designed to unlock the potential of XAI's technology with the distribution that X's social platform provides. But the technological potential hasn't been without hiccups, as evidenced by Tuesday's anti-Semitic outburst by Grok, which followed a code change that told it to, quote, assume subjective viewpoints sourced from the media as biased as it gathers data from the platform. Ironically, Musk famously predicted catastrophic outcomes could arise from AI should there not be serious regulation on the technology, and the controversy came just one day before X was set to unveil the new Grok 4 model on Wednesday night. What becomes of X in the wake of Yaccarino's departure remains to be seen, but she said she'll continue rooting for its success from the sidelines. Quote, I'll be cheering you all on as you continue to change the world, Yaccarino posted on the platform. Quote, as always, I'll see you on X. So she said, I am out of here. Something triggered this woman. This is not the first time Grok has gone on anti-Semitism or raised the specter of some historical figure that was generally considered unpalatable, right? So what changed? We don't know. I don't have a third story for you. We're about to run the numbers. I just want to let you know this shit has happened before, and Yaccarino didn't step down. It's happened, in fact, several occasions, and she didn't step down. What changed? I probably really shouldn't care. Let's run the numbers. Futures and commodities. West Texas Intermediate oil up almost a half point to 68.63 a barrel, and Brent North Sea up 0.4% to $70.44. Natural gas is down 4.7%. Wow, plummeting to $3.18 per thousand cubic feet, and gasoline is up a half to $2.19 a gallon. Most of the metals are doing poorly today. Gold is crab walking in the green to 33.17 and 6 dimes. Silver down a half, platinum down over a half, and copper is down 2.5. Palladium, however, is in the green 1.85% to the upside. Most of ag is in the green today. Biggest winner is chocolate, 3.63% to the upside. Biggest loser is soybeans, 1% to the downside. Meanwhile, live cattle crab walking in the red. Lean hogs up a point. Feeder cattle up a half. The Dow is up a third, as is the NASDAQ, as is the S&P, and the S&P Mini is also up 1/3 of 1 point today. We got a $109,460 price of Bitcoin. That is a $2.18 trillion market cap. We can get 32.9 ounces of shiny metal rocks with our one Bitcoin, of which there are 19,889,744 and a half of, and average fees per block are low, 0.03 BTC taken in fees on average on a per block basis, of which there are 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks carrying 13,000. Well, actually, we just mined a block. Block number 904789 is in the blockchain. So now we have 4 blocks carrying 11,000 unconfirmed transactions waiting to clear at high priority rates of 2 Satoshis per VByte. Low priorities going to get you in at the same. And we've crested back above 900 exahashes per second on mining. 901.7 exahashes per second to be exact. And from Blockchain to Gazaland, which I got some feedback from. Richard Dick Whitman with 300 says, Dick Whitman is listening. Didn't buy any wine, though. Oh, I can't believe you. What's wrong with you? You should have bought wine from a vendor. That would be Peony Lane Wines. Progressively Worst with 1,500 says, thank you, sir. No, thank you. Paul Cernine 500 Sat says, thanks again for another interesting episode. I appreciate that. User number 166746695 with 1,000 Sat says, fuck these ghouls. As if war was not shitty enough. Anyway, it is all tulips and it's all going to zero. Anonymous with 210 says boost. Yodel with 3,000 says summer boost. Keep putting out the good pod. Psyduck with 728 says Psyduck. That's the weather report. Welcome to part 2 of the news that you can use. We're unchained over here, babies. Unchained has surpassed $1 billion in Bitcoin-backed loan originations. That's $1 billion with a B. Bitcoin Magazine, Oscar Zaraga Perez. Today, Unchained, the leader in Bitcoin native financial services, has announced it surpassed $1 billion in Bitcoin-backed loan originations with over 4,000 loans issued and a 9-year track record. The company is setting a new standard for transparency and security in Bitcoin lending. Come on, guys, just tell me the news. I don't need the marketing pitch. Quote, hitting 1 billion in originations is a milestone, but the bigger story is how we got here. 9 years, full transparency to our borrowers, no smoke and mirrors, said co-founder and CEO of Unchained, Joe Kelly. According to HFT Market Intelligence, Bitcoin-backed lending is projected to grow to by over 430% in 2030, and lending models that offer greater transparency and client control are drawing attention. Quote, Bitcoin-backed lending is a fantastic business squarely aligned with the needs of long-term Bitcoin holders, stated the head of lending of Unchained, John Melton. Quote, our commitment to non-rehypothecation and transparency are invaluable to our clients who need to understand the risks of borrowing against their Bitcoin. When clients pledge Bitcoin, they need to trust their lender. Our product design and growing track record provides a sound basis for that trust. And then they describe the project a little bit. The real news here is that $1 billion on 4,000 loans. That's a hell of a milestone. In fact, let's see. That's 1 billion divided by 4,000. So that's like an average loan amount of $250,000. I mean, these are not small potatoes. You know, Unchained is out. I think it's actually called Unchained Capital, but it's out there in Austin. It's like one of the Austin. They're one of the Austin crew, man. Texas company, Texas born, Texas bred. They've been around forever. I mean, 9 years doesn't sound like a lot, but in this space, surviving past a year is actually a big deal. It's a huge deal. And now they've got $1 billion over 4,000 loans, and it's just going to grow from there. Meanwhile, hackers have targeted $8.7 billion of Bitcoin that was stolen from Mt. Gox. It's in the crosshairs, ladies and gentlemen. We're all going to die. So Atlas21.com is bringing it to us this morning. A group of hackers is orchestrating a phishing attempt targeting an address containing over $8.7 billion worth of Bitcoin. According to a report from BitMEX Research, the attackers targeted Bitcoin address 1FEX and then a bunch of numbers and letters, sending a transaction via the op return function. The address currently holds exactly 79,956 Bitcoin, received in 2011 following the Mt. Gox hack. The scammer's techniques exploits op return, a mechanism that allows information to be embedded directly into the Bitcoin blockchain to insert a text message redirecting users to a fraudulent website. The link contained in the transaction leads to a web page impersonating the official site of Salomon Brothers, the historic Wall Street investment bank now long closed. Interesting. The site displays a deceptive message reading, quote, "This digital wallet appears to be lost or abandoned. Our client has taken constructive possession of it and it seeks to determine if there is a bona fide owner." BitMEX experts identified the site as illegitimate, classifying it as part of an ongoing Bitcoin scam designed to steal personal information from wallet owners. And then they talk about the collapse of Mt. Gox. So these guys are, and it's like, and I shouldn't have corrected the grammar. Let me reread the message. "This digital wallet appears to be lost or abandoned. Our client has taken constructive possession of it and seeks to determine if there is a bona fide owner." So classic misuse of words. This is grammatically defunct. It is a telltale sign of bad translation, which is a telltale sign of phishing scams. And what they're trying to do is they're sending little bits of Bitcoin. They're actually paying to do this, by the way. They're sending little bits of Bitcoin as a transaction to this particular wallet address with a message that says, "Hey, click on this link." I just don't think it's going to work. The level of sophistication that somebody has to spin up a wallet address that is going to be able to contain, or rather that ends up containing almost 80,000 Bitcoin, is a level that I don't think they're going to click on a phishing website inside their transaction history when they're looking at their wallet. But still, guys, be careful. Be careful out there. Now on to New Zealand, where the Kiwis have banned Bitcoin ATMs and cracked down on money laundering, again from Atlas 21. New Zealand has officially banned all Bitcoin ATMs operating within the country. Yeah, the move was led by Nicole McKee, Associate Minister of Justice, who stated, quote, "We will make it more difficult for criminals to convert cash into high-risk assets such as cryptocurrencies by banning crypto ATMs. And this government is serious about targeting criminals, not tying up legitimate businesses in unnecessary red tape," end quote. The fight against money laundering and terrorism financing is the primary motivation behind the Bitcoin ATM ban. New Zealand authorities have identified that these machines are potential tools for facilitating illicit financial operations, given their ability to process cash transactions without what are considered sufficiently strict identity checks. Alongside the ATM shutdown, the government has introduced a maximum limit of $5,000 for international cash transfers. According to the New Zealand government, this restriction aims to better control cross-border money flows and prevent the use of alternative channels to circumvent the ATM ban. Bullcrap. That's not why they do that. As far as I can tell, this maximum limit is for all international cash transfers. They're terrified that they're going to see capital flight out of New Zealand. And why not? New Zealand and Australia are literally leading the way right behind Western Europe in just how bad you can make your citizens' experience be. It's just pathetic. New Zealand is pathetic. Australia is pathetic. Not the people, their governments. It's same with Western Europe, same with Canada, same with Mexico, same with the United States. It doesn't matter. It's not the people. Australia, it's not bad. It's the government. New Zealand is gorgeous. It's not bad. It's the government. It's always the same story. It's not the people. It's the people these people elect. I mean, maybe we should just stop having elections and just leave everybody alone. probably won't work, but that's okay. We're going to move on to RemixPoint. Has become the first Japan-listed company to pay its CEO in Bitcoin. You thought I was going to go with another treasury company. No. This is out of bitcoinnews.com, by the way, written by Alex Larry. Tokyo Stock Exchange listed RemixPoint Incorporated has announced that it will pay its CEO and president, Taku Tashiro, entirely in Bitcoin. This is the first time that a publicly listed Japanese company has done so. Tashiro was recently appointed as the CEO and president. The move is part of RemixPoint's broader strategy to align its executive leadership with shareholder interest and deepen its commitment to scarce digital assets like Bitcoin. Quote, as CEO, my decision to receive all of my compensation in Bitcoin is a declaration of my intention to be in the same boat as our shareholders. We take responsibility for increasing corporate value and will do our utmost to manage the company from a shareholder perspective, end quote. The idea reportedly came from Tashiro himself, who wanted to show loyalty to the company's Bitcoin strategy and strengthen his alignment with investors. RemixPoint considered paying its executives in company stock, but Japanese regulations regarding insider trading prevented them from doing so. Instead, they chose Bitcoin as an alternative, as it has a strong price correlation with RemixPoint stock. That makes a lot of sense. Quote, by receiving compensation in Bitcoin, the company's leadership will share the same economic fate as its shareholders, fostering a system that aligns economic value with investors. See, that's suit speak that actually says something, because it's like he's actually taking his pay in Bitcoin. Remix is a Bitcoin treasury company. The fact that they can't pay their guys in stock and instead have to pay them in Bitcoin absolutely aligns the executive branch of this company, the higher ups, the big dogs, the people that eat the best, directly with the plebs at the bottom, the shareholders. I like it. I think it's okay, man. I mean, it not every company sucks. I'm just saying. Although the CEO will receive a salary in Bitcoin, the process is legally compliant with Japanese law. RemixPoint said compensation is formally paid in Japanese yen, and then the equivalent amount is used to buy Bitcoin at market price and then transferred to the CEO's designated wallet. This way, the compensation is entirely in Bitcoin in practice, while within the boundaries of Japan's Companies Act and tax regulations. RemixPoint operates in digital assets, energy, and web technology sectors and offers services like digital asset exchanges, blockchain consulting, and energy management solutions. Paying its CEO in Bitcoin is just the latest sign of its long-term Bitcoin strategy. In September of 2024, RemixPoint started investing in digital assets to hedge against the weakening Japanese yen. Since then, it's built a significant portfolio, which now includes 1,051.5 BTC and some shitcoins. According to the latest filing, these assets are worth approximately $118 million US. BTC is the by far majority of the value and has generated most of the unrealized gains, which is over $12.2 million US. RemixPoint plans to continue buying Bitcoin. On June 13th, 2025, the company purchased 13 more Bitcoin for 200 million yen or $1.4 million. The company said the purchase is part of a long-term Bitcoin investment. It will keep buying Bitcoin even after having reached the 1,000 BTC goal. RemixPoint is not the only Tokyo-listed companies buying Bitcoin at all. MetaPlanet is also aggressively planning to buy Bitcoin and has been doing so for a while. And then there's a couple of other companies that they talk about. They're all becoming Bitcoin treasury companies. But this one is actually putting his money where his mouth is. And honestly, dude, respect. Because, I mean, shit goes south, your pay goes south. Although, on the other side, Bitcoin goes up, you made a lot of money almost instantly. I mean, why not? Why not align your actual, put your money where your mouth is with your shareholders? If they have to live and die by the fluctuations of Bitcoin's price, and they've trusted the company to do the right thing and not lose their money, then it seems only appropriate that the chief executive officer say, I'm getting paid in Bitcoin too. I don't know, man. Again, sometimes companies actually make statements that are real statements that say something and not just a bunch of catchwords, right? Generally speaking, if he said something like, here at Remix Point, we align our values with our shareholders. If that's all that was ever said, that says nothing. It's like, but this guy's like, I'm getting paid in Bitcoin. I'm demonstrating that we're aligning our values with our shareholder values. That actually says something. That's different. That's real. I'll let you marinate on that one, and I'll see you on the other side. This has been Bitcoin and I'm your host, David Bennett. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and hope to see you again real soon. Have a great day.